break into a wee jog now, I think. Up to £55 this year, it was 40 last year. Welcome back to another episode of Invercamey Weekly. This week I'm moving my uncle's cattle back to their farm. So we'll see how this goes. I would have put the drone up, but I'm worried it runs out of battery and I'm in an awkward situation with the cattle that runs out of battery and crashes. So just going to be handheld, but normally they end up picking up some pace and I have to end up running all the way home, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully all goes well. Once I get them onto the farm road, everything will be good. Normally they pick up speed, really quite subdued this year. I've seen me having to run almost a mile all the way back to the farm road and then I can relax. Always getting unfitter as the years go on, putting more and more weight on. So this is quite nice actually. Maybe a little bit hungry now the grass is gone, but I'm going home to be fed up.
Message here on the telephone, 'cause we've no idea when we're coming home. Any place we wander to, any season we go through, I'll be fine as long as I'm with you. Heaven knows, running round the world with you. When you smile, smile too. How I ever made it without you, heaven knows, heaven knows. I feel the weather changing, better get out soon. Don't let go of my hand, no matter what you do. Well, I'm here for you, through the thick and thin. We're on a winding road that never ends. Any place we wander to, any season we go through, I'll be fine as long as I'm with you. Heaven knows, heaven knows. Running round the world with you. When you smile, I smile too. How I ever made it without you.
Break into a wee jog now, I think.
Heaven knows.
In you get. Come on, in you get. Welcome back to the farm. It's Sunday afternoon and we have just took our first delivery of draft. So this is going to form a big part of the young stock's feed over the winter, and also the dairy cows are actually getting a little bit of it just now. I'm still kind of experimenting a little bit with their diet, see what I can get away with. Obviously there's a bit of pressure on for me to produce enough milk for my customers, so still experimenting now they're in, onto the fresh silage, and I just need to see what I can give them that gives me, well, obviously try and feed them as little as I can to reduce costs, but at the same time produce enough milk. So this is actually 28 tonnes of draft, up to £55 this year. It was 40 last year, so there's £1.5 grand a draft here basically, and we might go through that every month across the winter. Might try and stretch it a little bit this winter, but we'll see how we get on. So I just wanted to kind of show you that. Delivery was just this morning and we'll see how the cows react with it. So that is me back at the silage pit. It's Tuesday. I have got a sample bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up a sample and send it away for analysis. So I've banged on and on about it the whole time we were cutting silage. The aim of it this year was to cut it earlier and have a better crop. So I said on Sunday when I was filming a bit about the draft, try to feed the cattle as little as possible. What I meant was as cheap as possible. So we've got fixed costs here. Obviously the silage is already in the pit. It's cost what it's cost. Same with our barley. Our barley's in the shed. It's cost what it's cost. The only variable cost we've got really in feeding our cattle, well certainly the dairy cattle anyway, is the draft and the barley we give them. So by the barley I mean obviously the barley itself's fixed cost because it's already in the shed, but we have to get it bruised and minerals added to it to feed the cattle. So that can be variable, and obviously the draft can change in price, but everything else is pretty much fixed because we've already got it in the shed and we've produced it ourselves. So obviously we try and do it as cheaply as we can do it. We think we can do it cheaper ourselves, but maybe we're not as efficient as maybe a contractor is because they do it a lot quicker, but because of our shed size and stuff like that, we just can't cope with the massive amounts of volume they'd be putting in on top of us when we're trying to fill the pits. So we try and do as much as we can in-house. We've got equipment for it. It might not be the fanciest, but it gets the job done. So this is the silage pit now. It's been opened up for, I think it's a week today. I can't remember now, but I think it's a week today, so I'm quite happy with it. It's got a little bit of moisture in it. You can see it's dried out the face of it, but you can see there it's quite wet. It's a lot better length than it was last year because we actually ended up replacing the shear bar just at the end of the season last season. So I'm happier with the length than it was last year. It was probably twice as long as it was last year. It smells nice, so it smells sweet, so that's the thing you're mainly looking for, but it'll be just interesting to see what the analysis actually gives us. So I'm going to fill that bag, I'll post it out, and hopefully I'll have the results for the next video. I'll let you know what it compares to, because it normally gives you like what it should be and what it actually is, so that'll be interesting to see, and I'll be able to compare it to last year's, which wasn't the best, shall we say. So obviously the more if I can give them a better quality of silage, I don't need to give them maybe barley or other concentrates like our dairy cake. We've actually got that contracted as well, so that's a fixed price until April, I think. So as I said, there's not a massive amount of variable costs in the feed now, although all the costs are up this year. Most of the stuff's fixed now. So I'll get this bagged up, sent away, and we will hopefully get the results back and it's a positive light, and then I can actually get somebody to do a diet plan for us and see what they recommend giving us. So that'll give us, our cows, the best diet possible to produce as much milk as we need, and also at a cheaper rate. So it might mean that we have to weigh a few things just to see what we're giving them, but hopefully going forward that'll be the best result. So I'm going to go and fill this up now and we'll we'll get it posted off and I'll show you the results. Well, I'll let you know the results next week, hopefully. That's the end of this week's video. I've got my silage bag ready for analysis, just ready to post. We are still trying to get 500 subs before Christmas. That is an aim I've tried to get to. So if you haven't, please remember to like and subscribe. We'll see you next week.